Let's start today with some news about the Tate brothers. First of all, we have the hashtag FreeTopG trending on Twitter, so I think people are recognizing what is happening here. And we also have this video that Andrew's ex-girlfriend posted about the whole ordeal, which I will play right here.
If you don't live under a rock, then I'm pretty sure you know that Andrew Tate has been arrested for human trafficking and a rape, which is absolutely absurd, simply for the reasons that it's absolutely false. I have lived with Andrew for years and years, and he would never do anything like this, ever. I've already had to make 2 videos regarding his innocence when it came to him being called a woman beater for a video that got leaked of us two having a little bit of a rough role play. I had to make a video clarify, 2 videos in fact, clarifying that he is innocent. And here I am again, coming from somebody who lived with him for years. He is not a human trafficker. He would never rape anybody, and he would certainly never ever human traffic anyone either, including his brother. They would never do such thing. I am just so shocked, and I'm so fed up with all of these lies talking about Andrew, that he's a woman beater, that he's a human trafficker, he's raped somebody. It is so false. It's so false that it's upsetting. Even though we're no longer together, it upsets me because I know the person I have lived with. I know who he is, and he is neither of those things, and he does not deserve any of this coming his way.
So she obviously believes the Tate brothers are innocent, which in and of itself does not make them innocent of any crime, but the more people come out in defense of the brothers, the more absurd this whole ordeal seems. Especially now that we know that Andrew and Tristan could be facing up to 20 years in prison, depending on what crimes they get convicted of, if any at all. In other news, we have this wonderful headline from the Arbiter of Truth, Babylon Bee. It says, Ted Cruz says all his haters are just unable to resist his raw sex appeal. Which is true, of course. Don't have anything to add to that. We also have this. You're just mad you can't date me, shouts AOC to confused drive-through worker at Arby's. And no one is surprised at all. In some more serious news, we have Bjorn Lomborg, who is a scientist and author from Denmark. He has written some books on the so-called climate crisis. He tweeted out this yesterday and said, climate-related disasters killed ever fewer in 2022, 97.6% less than a century ago. Richer and more resilient societies reduce disaster deaths and swamp any potential climate signal. Why is this not reported? Instead, media only delivers climate doom. And if we look at the picture that he tweeted out, we can see that around the 1920s we have around just below 500,000 climate-related deaths, and now in around 2020, 2022, it is well below 50,000 climate-related deaths. And what we have to remember here is also the world population growth. In around 1927 we had 2 billion people on Earth, and the year 2020 we had 7.7 billion people. Björn is completely right here. We have been sold this whole narrative since we were in school, that the climate crisis is a total disaster and that we will all die if we continue to prosper. But the reality shows that as we evolve and create new technology, we actually are less affected by the climate as time goes by. But all of this would of course never get covered by the mainstream media, because it goes against the whole narrative that we have been fed for decades by now. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.